Question 16. How do you position VisualFox Pro in relation to Microsoft Access? Answer. Microsoft Access, the database in Office, is the most broadly used and easiest to learn database tool that Microsoft offers. If you are new to databases, if you are building applications that take advantage of Microsoft Office, or if you want an interactive product with plenty of convenience, then choose Microsoft Access. VisualFox Pro is a powerful rapid application development (RAD) tool for creating relational database applications. If you are a database developer who builds applications for a living and you want ultimate speed and power, then choose VisualFox Pro. Question 17. Is VisualFox Pro part of Visual Studio.net? Answer. No. VisualFox Pro 9.0 is a standalone database development tool which is compatible and evolutionary from previous versions of VisualFox Pro. VisualFox Pro 9.0 does not use or install the Windows.net framework. VisualFox Pro 9.0 is compatible with Visual Studio.net, the area of XML web services, XML support, VFP or LEDB provider, and more. VisualFox Pro and Visual Studio are complementary tools that work great together, such as VisualFox Pro 9.0 plus ASP.NET for adding web form frontends and mobile device frontends to VisualFox Pro applications. Question 18. What is Microsoft's position on VisualFox Pro related to Visual Studio and .NET? Answer. We do not have plans to merge VisualFox Pro into Visual Studio and .NET, and there are no plans to create any sort of new VisualFox Pro .NET language. Instead, we are working on adding many of the great features found in VisualFox Pro into upcoming versions of Visual Studio, just like we've added great Visual Studio features into VisualFox Pro. If you want to do .NET programming, you should choose a .NET language with Visual Studio. Question 19. Where is my serial number? Answer. Since the serial number is a very crucial piece to your collar, it is somewhat hidden. We do this to keep it from wearing off or being accidentally removed. For any of the collars that we offer that have a battery compartment within the collar, you will find the serial number in that compartment. Simply remove your battery door, lift up your battery tray, and you will see the number on one of the inside walls. Some of the collars we offer do not have a battery door but a battery bag. For these collars, such as the Hellfire CS24 series and Krakatoa models, you will have to do a little work. You will need a Phillips head screwdriver to start. Remove the 3 or 4 screws that are located at the base of the cap on the collar and gently remove the cap. Be careful pulling too hard, you may disconnect the speaker wires. If you do happen to pull them off, do not worry. You can just slide the clip back over the connectors. Once you remove the cap, you will see the serial number on the inside of the speaker cap. Question 20. What is the proof of purchase? Answer. The proof of purchase would be your receipt from the store where you bought the collar. If you need to keep the original receipt to keep track of purchases, just make a copy. If you lose the original receipt, you have a couple other options. If you made the purchase with a credit card or debit card, you can send a copy of your statement showing that purchase. Just black out any of the other purchases that may be on there that do not pertain to a Fox Pro digital game call. Question 21. How well do Fox Pro game calls work in the cold? Answer. Very well. Since there are no moving parts on side, battery energy is not wasted on mechanical motion. However, we are still subject to the physics of battery chemistry. Battery performance is generally diminished at extreme cold temperatures. The best batteries to use at severe temperatures are the lithium types intended for digital cameras. The Fox Pro collars have been tested to -40 degrees with these batteries. Question 22. Will using a high-watt external speaker make my unit louder? Answer. Not necessarily. Connecting a physically larger speaker or one that can handle more power watts does not guarantee louder volume. This is a huge misconception with speakers. In order to obtain louder volume from an external speaker, it must be more efficient than the internal speaker. The SP70 will make your Fox Pro game call louder, while the smaller 5 inches external will not. If you are using an external speaker with an impedance of 8 ohms, you will get the same battery life. If you were to turn off the 2 internal speakers on Enfusion or Crossfire and just use an external speaker while running an SP70, your battery life will increase because you are drawing less current from the battery when only using one speaker. It is recommended that you shut off your internal speakers when using a large external speaker, as they will not be as beneficial to you as the large external speaker. They will be nothing more than a detriment to your battery life. Question 23. How to set a TX500 preset? Answer. The TX500 remote control can have up to 10 custom presets. A preset provides a shortcut to a frequently used sound at a determined volume level that you input. Foxbang relies upon the sound that you have established on P1 or preset 1. The 10 presets correspond to the 10 numbers found on the keypad 0 to 9. Two quick access buttons are found on the side of the remote control, P1 and P2. P1 is linked to keypad button 1 and P2 is linked to keypad button 2. Here is how you set up a preset. Turn on the TX500. On the right side of the remote control, locate the button labeled preset. Push and hold this button for 3 to 4 seconds. The top line of the LCD panel will change to a black highlight and display SELSND/VOL. Press 0 to 9. Using the scroll knob, highlight the sound of the pup distress or whatever sound you wish to use. Use the volume buttons to set your volume level. Push down on the scroll knob a single time and release. Push the corresponding keypad number button to lock in the preset. Question 24. Do I have to send in my warranty registration? Answer. In order to have warranty repairs performed to your game call, we must have a copy of the proof of purchase on file. Without the proof of purchase, we have no way to determine the start date for your warranty coverage. Question 25. Does the warranty cover international orders? Answer. The Fox Pro warranty only applies to products that are inside of the United States. If your product requires factory service, the buyer is solely responsible for paying for shipping of the product from their country to Fox Pro and from Fox Pro back to their country. Once the product is at our factory, we will fix it free of charge, assuming adequate proof of purchase is presented and the issue is covered under warranty, but you will be responsible for all freight. Question 26. Blackjack patch cable compatibility. Answer. The Fox Pro Blackjack decoy instructional sheet notes that the decoy can be linked to a compatible Fox Pro game call by way of a standard 3.5 mm stereo or mono patch cable. Shortly after the release of the Blackjack decoy, it was found that the first run featured a jack that was wired in reverse. As a result, the standard cables which are listed as compatible will not work. Fox Pro will supply any owner of the earlier Blackjacks with the appropriate cable that they need to link up with the Fox Pro game call. Fox Pro began shipping out Blackjack models with the cables on select earlier models. Question 27. Can I preview Fox Pro sounds? Answer. Yes. All Fox Pro sounds are available for preview on our website 24 hours a day and for folks without an internet connection over the telephone. Granted, listening to sounds over a telephone is hardly a reliable manner in which one can gauge the quality of a sound, but it does provide sufficient means for you to hear and identify the emotional content of the sound. Telephone audio is severely limited to frequency response and dynamic range. Fox Pro sounds are open to the public for scrutiny and evaluation. You should be wary of anyone claiming that you are able to hear and detect subtle differences and absolute quality in a sound over a telephone. It is simply impossible. Question 28. Can I use lithium batteries in Fox Pro game calls? Answer. Yes, you can definitely use lithium batteries in Fox Pro game calls, but you may not get the full benefit of their larger capacity. The reason for this is that most consumer-type lithium cells do not like a lot of current drawn out of them at once. They will, however, do well if you can manage the volume of the unit, especially in colder weather. There are some new rechargeable lithium batteries that do very well under large current demands and that can be charged quickly. Fox Pro will be exploring this technology as it becomes more mainstream and affordable. At this time, we recommend NiMH nickel metal hydride batteries for Fox Pro game calls as the best all-around choice. If you are seeking extremely long run times, we recommend one of our 12-volt power kits. Question 29. Describe the objects that can be found in DE. Answer. Tables cursor adapter relation objects are also found in DE. Question 30. Describe what a non-visual class could be used for. Answer. Code maintenance, code reuse, functionality enhancement.